That's ego. That's not greed. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to KSP with Moon. I'm currently making adjustments to the Discord today, so don't mind me if I'm talking to people who aren't here. They're on the Discord. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes it doesn't like work. There we go. Everything. All right. All right, now listen, I'm very happy that we got Bane back, but it's very important that if we get any bad apples in the Discord, we are notifying me or someone of authority so we can mute and or remove them. Can't have that. As we get bigger, people are going to get in. We can't we can't have that kind of stuff. Okay, copy link. Going here. Copy link. Pin message. All right. So, last time on KSP with Moon, the Kerran Empire, we launched an experimental craft twice. The RRV 1A, a modified version of our very successful LOTV 1F. I'm going to open that now to show you what it looks like. So here was the LOTV 1F, purpose built to ferry tourists up into orbit and bring them home mostly safe and sound. A little light cooking, but the job got done and we got paid. Furthering the Ephira class design, we have the RRV 1A. The RRV 1A is modified. Now, it does still have room for some passengers, but its primary role is the ability to capture and transport cargo using this custom built cargo bay I built. We launched it up, we grabbed our first piece of cargo, returned to Kerbin no problem. We then developed a new launch system to take us further into orbit, like farther out, to try to achieve or to try to obtain another piece of cargo. That is the RRV 1C, right? With her upgraded launch system. Problem is, after we collected our cargo, we ran out of fuel. Let's return to the Space Center here. If you guys want to stay in the voice chat here, you can. I'm likely not going to respond, but if you at least want to talk, you can. All right, so let's see here. I would ask that you use the chat on YouTube though, just so people know if you're asking questions and stuff. Just it's easier that way. All right. In fact, I'm going to make a new channel for voice. That's the stream channel. Let's see here. We go to the Discord. Create channel. Voice. Okay. So let's go to our tracking station here, and let's go to our tracking station here and check on the status of the RRV-1C. All right, so RRV-1C, this is our orbital plane. This is our orbit. We are completely out of fuel. We are out of monopropellant. We are out of liquid fuel and oxidizer. Now, I'm sure we have plenty of snacks aboard, but the crew are getting anxious. We also have a few tourists that came along as well to fulfill some of the tourism contracts that we have. To show you how well the cargo bay works, check that out. All right, we were tasked with retrieving this engine and returning it to Kerbin. So, I mean, we achieved most of what we wanted, but as I stated, we are currently out of fuel. So today we are going to develop a craft that can be launched from Kerbin to orbit around Kerbin to refuel craft that are in this specific situation. Later on, after we build, hey Bane, how you doing? Later on, after we build up the KSS, the Kerran space station, we will, use those to send fuel up to that. That'll act as an orbital gas station. But yes, we are going to be developing a drone, specifically for launching fuel up for craft like this that are stranded in orbit. So we, don't have to revert. So we're going to return to the Space Center here. Luckily, I had the forethought to add a docking port to that craft. So, as always, we are going to start building our craft at the spaceplane hangar. Alright, open the craft. Take a look at what the RRV-1A looks like here. We don't need the launch system on it. It's a pretty decent looking craft. I like it. The docking port is going to be right here on this craft. Rename that to the RRV-1C. There we go. I think we upgraded the... Yeah? No, we didn't. Don't save that. Okay, we're going to open up the VAB. RV1C. Oops. I like to keep a model of any active craft I have in the spaceplane hangar so I can look at them and build with that in mind. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in the VAB, or the spaceplane hangar. Alright. Take the launch system off of it. Whoops. Take just the... Nope. Take just the launch system off of it. That needs to come out a little bit. You guys know me, I'm super anal about my clipping and how it looks. There we go. Save craft. Open craft. Got to try to keep our craft counts low. So RV 1A is gone. Some honorable mentions of craft we built over time before I delete them. We've got the IKA 4A, just an experimental jet. Had some fun with it. Ultimately a failure. Project has been abandoned. And the IKA 5A. Ultimately a failure, but a beautiful craft nonetheless. We are going to delete that. Oh, delete that. Open up the RRV1C. And delete that. And delete that. Okay. So this is the craft that we are going to be servicing in orbit. So we need to build a craft that's going to work with this. Open that. That is our docking port. Save craft. New craft. So this is going to be a fuel drone. Its purpose is to get up into orbit and refuel whatever and then burn itself up in the atmosphere. It's going to be our first drone. It's going to be mostly manually controlled. So let's see here. Grab one of these first and foremost. All right. Set that to rigid. This is going to be FD1. Fuel drone 1. Fuel drone. Okay. All right. I think we can launch it with this tank. What are you doing? There we go. Okay. All right. Now these will get abandoned in a lot of places, so we're also going to build these to act like satellite relays. So no matter where we send it, it's going to at least have some use. Okay. Rigid. Rigid. Fuel tanks. That's not what I wanted. Take that away. Put that there. Make that winch. Okay. All right. Then we gotta handle the coupling. Just gonna go here to structural. No, structural. Coupling is this style. Yeah. That's not what we wanted. Just like that. Okay. I actually don't want that piece on there. Okay, then we're gonna grab some electrical parts. What do I do? No, Moon. What? All right. Rigid. Now, for what? Oh, for the stream? Do you have your you get your PlayStation account made up? Sweet. Add Tow Me to the Moon on PlayStation. I feel like that's almost too large. No, that's fine. It's multi-purpose. Okay, there we go. Tomato Moon. Tow, as in tow truck. Me to the moon. Hello, train. Oh, really? Says who? Okay, we're going to add a headlight on this so we can line for docking. Actually, I was talking with some of our members of the Kerran Empire that if you have a phone, you got to search for a player. If you're on the PlayStation app, let's see here. Okay. Hit the search icon. It's the little magnifying glass in the bottom right. Players. And then search for players. Okay, I'm going to put myself into a PlayStation party. Hold on. Closed party. Alright, chat, can you hear me? Testing. 1, 2. Can chat hear me? You had people, by getting men and women together, things happen. Babies. Alright, chat, can you hear me? I can hear me. I don't need your answer. Test. Cool. Go. Okay. Sorry. Alright, so we're at a headlight here for the FD1. It's a fuel drone 1. Its purpose is to deliver fuel. Actually, maybe not FD1. How much fuel does it have? It says 1,440 of liquid fuel. Okay. We're going to say it's an FT 1400 because that's how much fuel it holds. Alright. Now it needs to be able to communicate back with Kerbin. That should be enough. Okay, push that over here. Okay, I like to use antennas to mark like up and down points on aircraft and spaceships and everything like that. If it's a generally round shape, it really helps with like docking and orientation. Okay. And then we're going to add a segment here. Okay. Switch that to that. All right, because we may use this to construct as well, we want another docking port on here for the rear. Okay, rigid. Gonna enable crossfeed. And this is going to have an engine, a Terrier. This Terrier will be allowed to undock. So the idea is this is going to get up to where it needs to go. It's going to dock with whatever craft, refuel it, and then be sent either back into the atmosphere or abandoned in orbit, or this engine will be ejected and it will become an additional segmented piece of whatever station or craft we're building. So the FD-1400 is pretty versatile in that regard. Hold on one second here. Gonna hit the Discord quick. General. Okay. All right. So now we need to check our center of mass here. And then command and control. Set that to 4. So we got some maneuverability. All right. And then we also want an inline stabilizer. Not just want, like absolutely need. Phase that into there. There we go. Okay, so this is going to get launched up to meet up with the RRV-1C. We really need to come up with a name for that. The RRV-1C, and then refuel it, and then hopefully just burn itself back up in the atmosphere, if we can help it. So we'll save this. Switch editor. Gonna change the root part. From that to that. Okay. What are our missions here? Transfer any crew between vessels near Kerran. So we could technically make this an escape pod as well. Because this is our next official mission. Orbital spacewalk, transfer any crew. No, I'm not going to do that mission yet. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Okay. There we go. 1400. Let's check out the launch systems we got. Fira. Yeah. All right, let's modify this. Take that off of there. Okay. Come over here. Structural. Alright. We can do better than this. Okay, we got coupling. Structural. Yeah. Let's grab this one. No. Let's grab this one. Shroud. Okay, no. Shroud disabled. For here. Okay. Rigid. Let's bring this up. No, we're gonna go coupling. Okay. Bring that down like that. That should do exactly what we want it to. And then we're going to add a nose cone for that. Okay, set this. Enable staging. Let's check our staging. So we want those to launch at the same time as that. We want those to split when that splits. What is this? Ah, that splits when that splits. Then those fire. Thrust ratio 1.81 on the first. Okay. 0.35. 35.25. 35.51. $80. $70's fine. Okay. Let's try it. Yeah. Setting up the FD1400 to refuel the RRV-1C so that it may return home. Tilting forward, preparing for booster separation. Booster sep is good. All right. And Space Bean will be joining us on this mission. Let's see here. Go to party. Okay. You should have received a notification. It's the first test of the FD 1400. Set that as our target. Node's way off, but we'll fix that soon. All right. Probably absolutely did not need to have a heat shield on this, but that's okay. That stage was basically useless. Let's see how separation. Separation, no good. Yeah, that's atrocious. Okay, we're gonna revert to assembly. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna make it better. Okay. So this stage is useless. So let's take this off of here. Take that off of there. Take that off of there. Alright. Let's upgrade the engine we're putting on there. Let's put a Wolfhound on there. No. I think that one's pretty fuel efficient. Rigid. Single bell. Yeah. No notification. Hold on a second. Try again. Okay. Inviting you to the party. Space Bean KE, right? Party invitation sent. Alright, save that. See how this is affected if we change this to just 2 boosters. Okay. 1.74. 140 seconds. Let's bring those together. Reset that. So we want those to separate at the same time as that. Okay. Fuel delivery. Disable crossfeed. Okay. The boosters are firing. At the same time, the main engine is firing. Okay, those are separating then. These will separate here. Okay, check fuel delivery. Just out of there. 4214. That's a good looking number for me. All right. So when that separates, yeah, we want this to separate at the same time this separates. Okay. Save that. Why did the number go down? Why did it do that? I don't like that. Undo. Undo. We were up at 42. What the heck? Go. Okay, what if we have 3 of these? 30 at 55. We want those to fire at the same time as that. Okay. Then this separates with this. Next stage, that separates. Okay. Then that fires. That'll make no sense, but alright. Save it. 4520 should be more than enough for what we're doing here. Make sure everything's rigid. Rigid, 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 rigid. Rigid. Okay. And let's see here. Yeah. Launch. Let's go save our crew. And also, let's figure out what's going on with the party situation. Alright, guys, I'm going to drop the stream for a second, and then I'll bring it right back. I have to diagnose a technical issue on my end.